Tamana. What, who, and where is Tamana? Tamana is located in Trinidad and Tobago, and we went up there earlier this year in April. Sorry that I brought this footage so late to you all, but you know how it goes sometimes. By now you'd recognize that we make the most out of our road trips whenever we're heading somewhere. I always like to focus on the journey along the way. Yes, it's good to have a destination always, I'm not disputing that, but along the way there are so many wonderful things to see and learn about. This is Trinidad, this is your home, this is your country. You might have heard of the Tamana Caves. The Tamana Caves are very famous for bats. And I'm going to do what I always do for you all. I just reading right out of Google here. I love to give you all some background information and something solid, a good foundation to place your curiosity on, and you know, just stick with us as we go along for the ride. So let's see what we pull up here. Tamana Caves, situated in the central range of Trinidad. The caves are home to a variety of bat species, with numbers estimated as potentially up to 3 million individuals. That is a lot of bats. 11 species out of a total of 67 species found in Trinidad live in the caves. So we have caves in Tamana. What else do we have in Tamana? The girls know this. Girls, what else do we have in Tamana?
Cocoa trees.
Yes. Yes, we have chocolate and we have cocoa plantations, cocoa trees. So there are a number of abandoned as well as active cocoa plantations in Tamana. And while it is we really didn't make any sort of formal appointments, we didn't call anyone in advance to make any sort of appointments or to secure a visit, we just decided to go on this drive and see where it took us. Of course, I always advise you when you're taking these trips, when you're making these trips, always proceed with caution, good common sense and logic, and be practical when you're driving too. We actually came across a very hospitable lady by the name of Jacqueline, and she is a chocolatier. She and her family, they are involved in chocolate making, and they're involved in a lot of other things too. They let us walk around and they answered the few questions that we had. Whenever we go anywhere, we try to be courteous. We ask questions. If we're turned down, we're turned down. We don't take it personally because we just go driving and with the intention to learn, with the intention to see things that you don't see on an ordinary day. And this is what adds substance to our trips. You will see a bread slicing machine. You'll see other things inside there. The more we looked, the more we saw. We were sucked in. We were pulled in to the experience. And so having a totally immersive experience wherever you go is totally up to you. You could open up your mind to learn a lot, and that is what I will encourage you to do. Children, listen to Auntie Ellis. Whenever you go somewhere, open this. You see this? You see this? We call it the coconut in Trinidad and Tobago. These are your brains, and your brains have a lot of power and they have a lot of space to learn a lot of things. So Auntie Ellis is encouraging you all to do that. It's never too late to go out there and learn things. So yeah, they produce chocolate. We had arrived there. The day we went was actually just after a chocolate festival that they had, so we were able to see some of the roasted cocoa beans, and there was still some chocolate in the chocolate making machine. Edible still, yes, and the smell, the aroma there was so heavenly. You could actually smell and in some cases taste. It took a deep enough breath, you'd be able to taste the chocolate right in the back of your throat there. Yeah, you'd be able to taste. A lot of local chocolatiers actually source their cocoa beans or their chocolate from the Tamana plantation. So bear that in mind whenever you go to a local chocolate shop, and whenever you're eating something local that contains cocoa or chocolate in it, check on the label, pull up the label and check to see if it is, you can see the word Tamana on the label. You may not, but it's a nice exercise nevertheless. Does Tamana have citrus trees?
Yeah, the estate we went to, and it had an orange tree.
Oh yes, there are some. Yeah, there are some citrus trees. They do plant some citrus in Tamana.
The cocoa drying house.
The drying houses. You'd see some cocoa drying houses.
The cocoa nibs.
The cocoa nibs.
We saw a map made of chocolate.
A map made of chocolate. You want to stay tuned to see that map, eh? Don't go anywhere. Stay right here. What else?
I think we saw some cocoa trees.
The girls had a wonderful time. It was such an educational experience, and you know I always encourage you whenever you go somewhere, make it learn as much as you can. You know, kids, let me tell you all something, because they are SCA students looking at this, okay? Big up to Tacarigua Presbyterian School. Hello, girls and boys. I miss you all. An important part of SCA is the creative writing. You could use all these things that Auntie Ellis is bringing to you all and include them in your creative writing process. The sky's the limit for you guys. How did I feel about Tamana? I felt like I entered a different world, a different time, a different era. The atmosphere down there, it's not hurried. It's not lackadaisical, but it's not hurried. It is mellow enough to enjoy life and to get your day-to-day responsibilities taken care of. All right, so let's take a look at Tamana. Flip. Everybody ready? Everybody ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where are we going?
Tamana.
We're going on a road trip to Tamana. Let's go. Pause. Going on a road trip, you have to activate all your senses. So look at the colors wherever you go. Look at the reds, the white, the black. Notice that the Coca-Cola factory matches the color of the flag, which you're gonna see in the background there. And I'll tell you something, yeah. You see our precious flag? I got a prize because I was able to get 2 flags in one shot. One big and one small. So we have the mummy flag and the popo flag. That's the mummy flag there. That's in Makoya. So we're continuing east, and we have this gentleman. These are the sites that I love to bring to you all, guys. This gentleman, he's selling some corn, and I think that's pomerac. I couldn't buy any because they would have had to stay in the car a bit too long and they might have spoiled. Well, we're continuing east, and that right there is the sign indicating that the airport is not too far. So right now we'd be in the vicinity of Bag 16. So let me ask you a question. When last have you seen a coconut broom or a coquille broom? If this guy wasn't so far across the road, I would have bought one and carried it home. But yeah, making an honest dollar. And you know, as we go along, I just try to show you the signs and the scenery along the way. We just passed the turn off to head into Davide. Continuing, there are some people selling lots of produce at the side of the road. Sorry for going so fast there. I just wanted to, you know, give you a little glimpse. So we continue. It was a Saturday, so a lot of people would be out selling their pawpaw and their citrus, corn. Of course, you're going to have your doubles vendor in there. Yeah, you'll have your doubles and pie man along the way, you know. Correct. Hey, soups too. Soups and pumpkin. Entering San Rafael and enjoying the drive. As you can see. So here we are approaching the San Rafael Catholic Church. We are also approaching this junction at which we're going to take a right that will take us further into Las Lomas. Now, if you keep looking to your left, you would quickly see Sandy's doubles. I'll stop and have one of our doubles soon, I promise you, Sandy. But now, if you shift to the right, you will actually see the statue of San Rafael. All these names that you're seeing popping up, Talparo, Las Lomas, San Rafael, these are good names to keep in your mind so that you have a fairly good idea of where these places are. This is a famous junction. This is Talparo Junction. So what we're doing, we're going to go straight across. This is Talparo Roman Catholic Church. I always like to showcase these buildings, all the churches and mosques and places of worship along the way, only because the architecture is so striking. Talparo Wasa Booster Station. That's a very big tank.
Yeah.
And this is a
Some beans of a
cocoa
cocoa.
tree. We have
Let me see.
arrived.
Wow.
Those are the cocoa beans.
And they have to like put
Grind
it
it
in.
up into the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tools that they use.
That's my next friend car.
Whoop.
Tools that they use. And you can see here some beautifully handcrafted tools that they'd use to help the process. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And that sign is just evidence of something marvelous which happened a while ago. You know, it was just so wonderful to walk through this underneath this garage or shed area. That is a basket filled with cocoa pods, and yes, that's a cocoa knife. They'd attach it to a handle and use it to harvest the cocoa pods off of the cocoa trees. Picture perfect. And look what I happen to see. One of my favorites, green bananas. Every article or object or artifact that was located on this compound added to our sense of adventure, because there was always something new to be seen with each step. This is a mud oven. This is inside the mud oven. You would have seen a model just a few seconds ago, and you can tell that this mud oven is functional because we see the smoke stains on the outside here. Beautiful hand-carved figurine on top of a vintage glass table, a popcorn machine, and yes, it is functional. They did popcorn recently in this machine. This is a cocoa suite, S-U-I-T-E, and it's a customized piece of equipment designed to transform cocoa pods into chocolate. So what's going on there, Sadie? What did Sadie see there? Oh yes, this is an old-time bread slicer. I'm assuming that you put the loaf of bread horizontal on that slide to the back there, and it comes down and passes through the vertical pieces of wire there, which results in a slice loaf. I'm assuming. I could have almost envisioned a kiss bread there. This is an exceptionally accurate and beautiful model of a cocoa drying house. I didn't want to interfere with it too much, but here you could see a smaller scale of what a cocoa house looks like, drying cocoa house. You know, we took a look around and we saw a grandfather's clock in the corner there, some paintings and arts and craft, and this is, take a look at this. Yep, it's a map of Trinidad and Tobago consisting of cocoa beans. Look at that. That's a very delicious map. Some calabash shells. Whoops, calabash shells. These things always fascinate me.
He gave it to you? Did you say thank you?
I'll teach you how to make chocolate.
Cocoa beans. May I say about cocoa beans? My favorite. With your tasting. So you see, all these cocos have to dry in the bright hot sun.
They have to dry in the bright hot sun.
Yeah. And when they're done dry, sometimes they need to grind up so they can make cocoa to drink
Right.
or chocolate.
Okay.
And you see this?
Yes.
This is a cocoa.
After the cocoa bean on the like ground, and after you dry it, after they dry it and patch it and stuff, this is what you get when you patch it.
Wow.
I actually managed to take it apart with my own fingers.
You're so cool.
And then they grind it to smaller bits, and then that's when they add the cocoa butter
Right.
in the processor, and that's when they get the like cocoa mixture.
I think you'll be a chocolate connoisseur. Yeah. Tell me.
So in the cocoa making process, when they're picking the cocoa, you'll rattle it by your ears.
Yeah.
And if you're like, if you hear like a rattling noise, that means it's ready to pick.
Really?
Yeah, and when you're separating the the beans,
Yeah.
you don't really want the gritty pieces of flesh.
The membrane.
Yeah, you don't want.
You want the seeds?
Yeah.
Hey. She good. So we're going to take a look at the propagation station.
Fortunate and blessed are the words that I'd use while walking around here, because that is exactly how we felt. Look here, this is not an everyday sight for us, seeing cocoa beans drying on a real cocoa estate and just having fun walking around, seeing all the nice little knickknacks they have situated around the place.
Look at Boboli. Woo! This man real tired, boy. All they don't make noise, it have somebody sleeping here. There's someone taking a rest.
Yeah, so we'll just leave this guy, let him sleep and enjoy his nap comfortably as we examine this carriage shed.
Huh?
Our patio so it can be relaxed and not scared.
Okay. Hold on tight to your fruit, eh?
You feel relaxed and calm like the breeze?
Yes, I am.
You're not scared anymore.
No, I'm not.
Here is some interesting perspective. All of this was done by hand and magnificently done. You could tell that a lot of thought and effort was put into the construction of everything, such as these part stones that they would have cast and molded by themselves and put into place. And all these part stones lead to wonderful things like a bird feeder and Sadie's feet and a beautiful pile of firewood. Plenty fireside fuel.
There's a pond. Wait, don't go too close. Don't go too close to the pond.
We opted to stay away from the pond because, you know, it's unfamiliar territory and we did not have a guide, so we let safety and common sense and logic prevail. That is a tamarind. Those are tamarind seedlings. Those are tamarind seedlings. Look at it. It sort of looks like timari. Mary, shut your eye or close your eye. What's the name of it? Help me out, guys, in the comments. That's a banato seedling there. And so, you know, we just sort of casually stroll through the nursery looking at the plants that they're propagating. I saw some guavas in there, lots and lots of citrus, you know, and looking back at this footage, it really does sort of trigger me to give them a hearty, healthy round of applause. Some strawberry plants here in a pot. Those are strawberry plants, I believe, yes. this is what it looks like under a greenhouse situation. And I'm telling you, on this day I actually felt like Suri. I felt so adventurous. I just wanted to explore and look at everything, but that would have taken me the entire day. Yeah. And we had places to go still. We still had to drive, and we were a long way away from home. But take a look at this. I really do not know what this structure would have been used for, but it's all handcrafted by them, and I'd probably make a guess to say it's multifunctional. So you see there are a couple others in the background there, and we are going to do like Suri and explore some more, because I don't think I got to examine this particular shed up close. No, this is not honey roasted peanuts. These are cocoa beans drying. This is an up close view. Take a good look. The cocoa pod. Ah, look at
And
that.
this is the cocoa, and we'll be making cocoa at home.
You're going to attempt it?
Yeah, and I want you to make a video with me making cocoa.
Alright.
Chocolate.
Okay, cool. Real nice, eh? I hope you all learn a lot. I'll be giving a quiz at the end of the video. No, I just joking. I just joking. You know, we were still in Tamana. The day was still early. We were not ready to go home because you know we like to drive it. So where did we go next? Have you ever heard of, let me see if I can pronounce this properly, ISKCON. ISKCON. Sadie, do you know what that means? I'll give you a bob if you figure it out. You know what a bob is?
No. Well, it's a hedge.
No, a bob. You know what a bob is, Sadie? Let me tell you something. I grew up knowing a 25-cent piece as a bob. A bob literally meant 25 cents. So whenever you wanted to go and get 50 cents worth of Polori, you'd say, hey, let me go and get 2 bobs. 2 bobs of Polori. Yeah, that is it. How many of you remember that? When you wanted a snack and you didn't have any pocket change remaining or any spending money remaining, you'd go and kindly ask a friend for a bob. Hey, let me get a bob there now, boy. Yeah, true story. Right, so we're still in Tamana, and we're talking about ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, known as the Hare Krishna movement. It is a religious organization. It was founded in 1966, and they have temples and branches all over the world. And so we ended up visiting the one in Tamana. It's called Madwan Farm. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You'll see it on the sign when we pull in. It really is an atmosphere that encourages a lot of meditation, stillness, calm, peacefulness. It is an environment that is designed to compartmentalize your thoughts, get yourself in an order, get grounded. The caretaker who was there was kind enough to let us take a walk around and see some beautiful things, some really nice things. And yes, that part of the day fit in perfectly with that calm, peaceful theme that we always try to carry with us wherever we go. There are peacocks in there. So yeah, take a look. So the Tamana trek continues, and we're back here at Talparo Junction. Before you would have seen that we had gone straight across. Now we're back out and we're making a right to Tamana, 7.5 kilometers. Let's go. Stay with us. Stay with us. We have something real nice to show you. Not to be confused with Rancho Camado, eh? El Quemado.
Two butterflies.
I feel a huge responsibility to bring as many of these unusual structures to you as possible during our trip. So here's one. And we came across another propagation field with nurseries, but we didn't go in. We just took a glimpse. Tell me something. I wonder if you all would have done the same thing that I did. Going over a bridge when I was a kid was always something that triggered a lot of excitement. This drive was just so peaceful and relaxing that I almost forgot to take footage. So here we are taking a left going into Kamuto. Shout out to the Tamana Pioneer Steel Orchestra. Where are you guys? Let me know in the comments if you're seeing this. We continue. This is a real cocoa drying house. I just asked the owners if I could take a little footage, and they were very, very gracious and hospitable. We didn't linger too long, but yeah. And you know, this is Trinidad. This is real life beauty for those who can open their eyes and really appreciate it. Driving around the corners, looking at the scenery, the environment. So look at this Madwan farm. Here we are, and we are going to go down a hill. We didn't realize how very high up we were, and so we proceeded with caution. I wanted to rope you in to experience this drive down this hill. It's really steep, y'all, really steep. So we were crawling down this hill. I mean, I'm talking about bricks right down. We're mashing bricks going down here, but going down and seeing what's there was worth it. You know, we just drove in very, very quietly. We didn't want to be too invasive because they had no idea we were coming, so we didn't really want to raise an alarm. This is an environment of peace. There's this bird. This is a heron, really cute. He decided to run out in front of the car and make his presence known. This is just a quick glimpse inside the worship area, just to give you an idea of how it looks. And walk with me. We are going around a corner. Guess what we're going to see around this corner?
A meal.
Oh my gosh.
Why do long tails a meal? Most likely.
One of the long day. In and the beginning.
Yeah. Don't go too close, okay? We don't want to spook them. Right? Here's fine. Here's fine, sweetheart. Right here's fine.
Oh, why do I want to touch them?
No, darling.
I feel, oh, there's another peacock.
Yeah.
That's great.
Uncle said there are 8.
Peacocks are an absolute favorite of mine. And, you know, I was hopeful. I was hoping that, you know, he might have spread his plumage and displayed his wonderful tail feathers, but I kind of got the impression that he knew he was in the spotlight, so he was breaking style a little bit. He sort of gave me a tease, walked out onto the lawn here, and he raised my he raised my level of expectancy a bit, but he knew what he was doing, and he was in charge, and he knew it. And so we can understand from his behavior the statement, as proud as a peacock. There's an old tractor, a farmer. We used to call it a farmer a long time. And can you tell that the mood, it was just peaceful and mellow, relaxing. This is what we call tulsi, or holy basil. There are a lot of health benefits to be gained from consuming the tulsi plant. And one of the more common uses of having tulsi plants around is that it wards off evil. This is oregano. Growing up, I used to call this fine leaf thyme, but then I realized it was something completely different. Yeah, so this is oregano. Yeah, so I'll just take you along with us while we walk through casually. And this is the pond, and you can see in the pond there are lots of lilies, and here are some beautiful flowers making their way towards the bougainvillea. Do you know that I could stand here all day and look at these lilies? All day long, I'm telling you. So this is a stem. This is what the actual flower would have been attached to. It's fairly fresh, so I'm assuming that it would have lost its petals recently. And you can see in the background there, this is what the water lily looks like, petals and everything. This is the dried stem that contains the seed for propagation. And yes, it looks a bit cringy, but listen, this is just nature. When was the last time you took a look at a bougainvillea plant up close? I'm seeing yellows, pinks, and oranges in this one beautiful, vibrant bougainvillea plant. Let's see what Suri doing here. What is Suri doing here? The atmosphere here is just so peaceful that you are compelled to communicate with each other in hushed tones and whispers. You can't help it. That's just how it is. Yeah. So Suri was trying to capture one of the peacocks. I don't think it worked out in her favor.
Surrender.
There you have it. Thank you so much for coming with us once again on another road trip. I always enjoy having you with us. I want to send a heartfelt vote of thanks to everyone who continues to look at the videos and who continues to take away something substantial from our videos. Each and everyone who always leaves something positive in the comments, and that's the way to go. I'm going to leave you with something that I taped, which was not in Tamana. It was actually in the parking lot of Course Cutters right down the road in El Dorado, but it's beautiful. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen pigeons bathing in a puddle of water or drinking from a puddle of water? If you haven't, take a look at this. I love all you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks once again. Until next time, be happy, be safe, and do not forget to look at your local snack wrappers and packages. These packages contain a gold mine of information. Yes, it's true. All right. Love you. Mwah.